What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Artist Alley. My name is John Davis. With us today, we have another musician, which we have a lot of them. We're trying to get more. But on this show, we take a look at musicians, interesting people from East Tennessee, like business owners, artists, things like that nature. And with us today, we have Carteret Banks.
Good to be here with you.
All right, man. We do appreciate it. So we're going to hop right into it. And first question, why do you do what you do as a musician? Why do you do it? Like, what's about that love in for you?
When just being a kid and having music be something that was meaningful to me, and then growing through that, and it's like when hard times come, music's there as medicine kind of thing. So it's medicine for me. It's also writing songs can be therapy for me, and then besides that, it's just been a really fun way to get to know other people that have similar ideas and travel and all the kinds of things I like doing. It kind of all revolves around music.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, just bring in everything you want to do and make that your job or whatever. Like, make that what you do. Like, it's just it's the best thing. So
it's just the art form that I've chosen. There's a lot of art forms I like, but that's just the one I've chosen to focus on.
You know? I got you. All right, so now we're going to hop into a couple of silly, serious questions.
All right. Fire away. So,
what is the most dangerous thing you've ever done?
As like in music?
Whatever. Like you're to me,
just as a person.
Just as a person. Like in the little time I've known you, you seem like one of those classic like traveling troubadours. Like you give off that vibe of like, I've been everywhere. I've done a bunch of stuff, and just
most dangerous thing would probably be traveling by bicycle, because just for the simple fact that you're traveling on the shoulder of a state highway and there's
cars just zipping by.
It's not that you're going out of your way to be dangerous or anything like that, but just you got cars and bikes next to each other, and
car's gonna win that every time.
Yeah. So that, that's nothing crazy. In a way, that's nothing crazy. It's just getting around on a bicycle. But in a way, it's like you're taking your life in your hands getting around.
All right. So next question. Who was your childhood hero? And why did they mean so much to you?
Again, is that like within musical context or just as a whole?
Whatever you want. Okay. I mean, this is your interview.
I'd say that, the first one for me would have been Tony Hawk.
As a former skateboarder, I love it.
And it was like, I wanted to learn how to skate vert. That never happened. But
vert is scary.
I did get to see him one time in Tampa. My buddy's dad in the neighborhood, he took us there to see Tony Hawk. And of course they had the whole BMX and motocross.
The whole shebang.
Yeah. And it was amazing.
That's awesome. Well, you were bringing up in a musical context, so let me ask you that. Who's your, I guess, maybe not necessarily childhood hero, but who's your musical hero?
Well, the first one probably would have been Lane Staley from Alice in Chains.
Oh my God, dude. I just watched their Unplugged the other day for like the first time in a long time. It's so insane how good he was, even as sick as he was on heroin at the time. Like, it's like disgusting.
I don't listen to a whole lot of Alice in Chains or Mad Season or anything now. I'll get back into it a little bit, but the raw power and just like realness and his songwriting.
Yeah.
I mean, Jerry was good. They were good together. The songwriting is just inspired, and he's the first band I listened to that was blues based. I didn't really realize it at the time.
Yeah.
But looking back on it, I can see that that's a lot of what brought me to loving Alice in Chains.
A lot of minor chord stuff, they're
just bluesy guitar riffs, and like they had the blues. They might not have. I didn't.
They might have rocked it up a little bit.
That's what they had. That they had the blues.
All right. So, what now? This one I'm gonna think more as a musician, like a traveling musician. Like, what's the strangest situation you've ever found yourself in?
Well, I'll tell you this. When I'm out on the road, that's a happy place for me. And it's kind of a flow state thing where I'm meeting so many people and putting so many miles under my wheels and running from one thing to another so much that more stuff happens than I can remember. If that makes sense.
No, that definitely
So
makes
it's
sense.
like even trying to go back and like sort through memories of what's a weird thing. Like, man, I don't even remember because today I'm here and yesterday I was doing a show and the day before that I was doing a show and that
just always doing
remember,
shows.
But well, yeah, recently man, how can I talk about a weird situation withoof calling somebody out? I want to love on people more than call people out, but most of the time, everybody's been really good to me. Sometimes there's some funky situations that come from some people.
We don't need to call anybody out. We are spouting positivity on this show, so we don't need to call anybody out. We don't want any names.
Mostly just have met such amazing people that have been so supportive. And then sometimes you get people that are not. And those that can get weird.
That happens.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially when you're out on the road. It can get weird.
Yeah. All right. So, so what animal would you be? Like, what's an animal you would be if you could?
Well, I feel like the animal that I already am is the turtle. Because I drive slow and I got my home with me on my back.
That's
if I could
fantastic
pick,
reason.
It would have to be something flying, some kind of flying. You know.
That's what I was picturing for you, man. I was picturing you some kind of bird or something like that.
Because it feels good, you know. Not that I travel terribly light right now, but the feeling of being able to just move along,
just pack up and go. Like not even pack up, just go at this point. You know, like
the biggest packing for me. So I live here in Knoxville in a regular human house, right? And when it's time to go on the road, I have to pack from the house into the tiny house, and then go on the road and get back. Like right now, I still have a cooler with food in it from my last trip, you know. So I got to either eat it out of the cooler or transfer it to the fridge when I go.
All right, so we got two more questions.
Okay.
Next, who would win in a fight between Smokey the Bear and McGruff the Crime Dog?
Well, absolutely Smokey the Bear, because I don't know McGruff the Crime Dog. So he already won.
know, I keep saying I hear the best reason for your answer, but that's the best reason for that answer. I mean, I don't know the other guy. I know this one. I know what he can do.
Yeah. And he's got the little cap, but he'll still swatch it. Big old bear paw.
All right, so we're on our last question, and I'm going to go ahead and throw it to you and let you go out to that camera right there. Let the people know where to find you and online.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Go ahead.
So I've got a few things going online. One of them is I've got my Facebook profile, personal, which has kind of everything on it. Carteret Banks, that's just my name. Then I got an Instagram account that's Carter_ET. So Carter_@ET. What else? Got some videos floating around on YouTube. Got an EPK, www.carteretbanks.com, CARTERETBANKS.com. And that's about it. If you want to check out my stuff, that's where you can find it. If you want to book me, please do. I've got a booking email address on the website down at the bottom if you scroll down.
All right, and as always, we're gonna drop all this stuff in the description at the bottom. Let's go, and if you want to check out Carteret, you want to check out Honky Tonk Night, which is something you do monthly. Trying to get up.
It's something I'm working towards. We've done two of them now. They're about a month and some change apart.
Yeah,
and it's something that I've seen really, really work in some other towns, getting people to come out and two-step dancing and having a real good time. So that's something that I'm working on building along with a few other of the Honky Tonk cats around here.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said,
I don't have a date for the next one yet, but
all right. As soon as we'll get the date, we'll throw it up on our social medias as well. But go ahead and check all that stuff out in the description. That way, you guys can check out Carteret. So, last question.
Yeah.
What is the best piece of advice you've ever gotten?
Well, from Chris Marshall, I'd say. He runs a local incubator talent open mic kind of thing, and one thing he told me, I had just come off of having a band fall apart, and he was telling me, if you want to get a band together, get 3 hours of material that you can play all by yourself, and then you can book fearlessly. And what he meant by that is that I can book shows And if for any reason somebody drops out or whatever, I can still go play the show. And it just went from being a 4-piece band to a 3-piece band, or a 3-piece band to a 2-piece band.
Or you solo, yeah. I mean,
you know,
as long as you can play the gig, like you're good, you know, like. But that's
so that was good advice, and that has absolutely helped me build to where I can play and book bands with a band and all that kind of stuff, or play solo. Just depends on the gig.
Yeah, awesome.
So thank you, Chris Marshall.
So are we just going to go ahead and have him play right now? All right.
No, we'll be right back.
All right, so we will be right back, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Carteret Banks.
When I finally hit the lotto, I'll be going down to El Dorado to open up a little chicken stand. I'll name it after Desperado. All left is a man of ponchos and have a good old time as long as I can. Well, you can have it as a soft shell taco. You can squeeze a lime and fresh cilantro. Keeps them coming back for you all day. They'll be running back just to say, give me 3 more of enchiladas, and I'll ain't nothing left to make them pay. When I finally hit the lotto, I'll be going down to El Dorado to open up a little chicken stand. I'll name it after Desperado. All left is a man of ponchos and have a good old time as long as I can. Well, when that terribly long ago, that daddy had a baby up in Mexico, and he put him on the first train to that borderline. Well, I think back now, it's kind of a joke, going down the Moroccan, totally broke. I hope my old man's doing alright. When I finally hit the lotto, I'll be going down to El Dorado to open up a little chicken stand. I'll name it after Desperado. All left is a man of ponchos and have a good old time there as long as I can.
Again, dude.